So Miana has banned me from using her 35mm lens because I kind of broke it. Well, I did fix it, but I kind of broke it worse while fixing it and definitely voided the warranty. So I am no longer trusted to use it. These Sigma lenses have a tendency to have the lens mount come loose from the lens body, and to get the lens mount like tight, you have to pull the actual mount part off and then tighten up like a base inside of it. And there's these little tiny ass 000 Phillips screws that's not going in focus, but they're these itty bitty tiny things. Got the first three out just fine, but because I left the fourth one in and didn't knock it loose earlier, there was enough pressure left on it that just the tiniest bit of turn stripped it out. So I ended up having to drill and extract that screw out. And I don't think I've ever been more nervous while using a power tool, and it definitely made me very glad that I'm a fake doctor and not a surgeon. So that explains why the shots are going to be a little bit wider than what you've been used to in the recent vlogs. And what I learned from that experience is that even if it is like an 8-week turnaround to get shit warrantied, it's probably worth getting shit warrantied versus almost destroying the thing and voiding the warranty in the process. Anyways, it is main squat day. Once again, seeing if we can make the flats work a little bit better than they did last week. And Miana wanted to make sure everyone knew that new shirts dropping Monday, so be on the lookout for that link when they come out. And believe it or not, I spent 5 hours learning how to use Adobe Illustrator, so this design is 100% original by Seth, but also AI generation for the flowers because there's no way I could do that on my own. So plan for today, I'm thinking, is 3 to 5 reps, not screw with the tempos because I don't want to die of a cramp again, and just work up to something that doesn't feel like it's going to kill me. My hope is that one plate isn't going to be the top set. Good news, we're going to be able to go up from one plate. Oh, and almost forgot, but 262 this morning, which means we're 3 pounds ahead of my start of February target. Based on last week, straight to 3 might be a little bit adventurous, but I also feel a lot better than I did in my early warms from last week, so we'll be okay. I'm a little wide. A little wide on the pick, but I think I got her more figured out. And definitely feels better than last week, but I think like the biggest thing I'm struggling with right now is I don't feel like I have a lot of glute through the mid-range of the eccentric, and I think that's starting from the pick, so I got to figure out how to pick with more butt cheek. And apparently I'm not fully banned from using the lens if I'm using it to take pictures of Miana, so we're gonna do that. Huh? Yeah, it's going. Pull, 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 pull. I probably just burnt the entire CF Express card by holding the shutter button down for 3 minutes straight. And now I gotta sprint over here to spot Joel. 10? Okay. Yep. Good. 1. Yep. 2. 3. 4. Keep chugging. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. There you go. And now we know we're going to beat.
It's nice you like that one day when we did it together.
Yep.
Just like kind of like bumped up the
tone of what you're doing.
the
And
like floor
yep.
of expectation. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Good. And now we're jogging back over here to get set up for my squats.
Are you going to stick with squats permanently?
I don't know. See if I can make it work. And like how today feels, I'm kind of getting more unsure about it. But I mean, we're so far from these. So more butt cheek on the pick. I think that was better. Much more ass. Yeah, that little more hinge to catch it. I don't love that I feel as nervous as I do for 4 reds, but I mean, that just means that I gotta get my shit together, dial her in, figure out that torso angle a little bit better, and thinking about it, it's probably good that I have a weight on the bar that I kind of gotta take more seriously.
Come on.
Carried a little too much angle on rep 1. I got to tipped a little bit of the hole, I think, but I'm okay with that. And it does feel good. I don't love how heavy it feels on my back, but when watching the tape, like, it's still moving well. And I think, like, the one thing I can definitely do better is get way more head pack, neck pack going, because for some reason I'm a little bit hunchy, so I got to figure that shit out. This is already heavier than I was last week, and last week being a little bit sketchy. I don't think that I need to go up again. So goal is to take what I kind of figured out last set and then just do a better job again. If it feels good, I'll go 5. If it feels shit, I'll go 3. If it feels really shit, I'll go 1. I'll let you know. If I nod, close it. Or if someone screams, take it, close it too. Oh, hold on. Felt too loose. Yeah, wrong hole.
Running.
That was better, eh? Yeah. Sick. And I should have filmed it, but what I did between the last set and that set is a metric shit ton of incline dislocations, trying to squeak out a little bit more thoracic extension, and I think it worked on the whole neck package front. And he's going for his top set.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Find it. Good. Yes.
Come on. Squeeze it, squeeze it, lads.
Lots. Good.
Pull it.
You're chugging. Yep.
Come on.
Good.
Back down.
Big lots. Yep.
Come on, come on. One more.
Back down harder. Let's go.
Big pull.
Oh.
Yep. Fuck yeah, dude. This stuff is stupid. And after sniffing that, I am very tempted to slap some more weight on there and go up, but we're trying to bring a little bit more wisdom now that I'm lifting at the old age of 31. Yeah, they are nasty. And due to equipment availability, I'm going to be running the leg press before the hack squat today. And I guess the problem with that is Miata is also running the leg press, which kind of means that it's being used, but I'm mostly okay sharing with Miata, except for the fact that I got to start in midget mode and somehow get it up. Fuck, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. As I was filming the leg press, the hack squat was getting unloaded, and instead of dying trying to get it up from the bottom, I figured this would be the smarter choice. And I think we're doing 16 on the first set again. And I don't know why I just thought of this during that set, but like, worst case, I think, with squatting the flats is, even if it doesn't work out in terms of like being a productive comp squat, training the flats is gonna get me more comfortable with loading into my additors, because that's something I've been a little bit bad at since I blew my additors off 3 years ago. So, I mean, I'm getting more excited about just continuing to do the flat shoe squatting. Another 16 here. And on the note that I was just talking about, going a little bit wider than previous week, just to try to get a little bit more additor in on these as well, just so that they are up to snuff. A little lower foot position, that felt weird. And because I'm not sure if I can beat Joel in load, I'm being a pansy and trying to beat Joel in volume. So 14 here. Yeah, that was fun. At this point in the session, I am very much feeling the lack of carbohydrates, but we got to crank anyways. Aiming at least 10, hopefully more. That exceeded my expectations. Oh, thank you. Holy. I'm just gonna lay here for a little bit. Holy fuck. And I still gotta push this thing back up out of midget mode, but at least there's a lot less weight on the stack this time. Fuck. Survived. Okay, gonna try my absolute hardest to count to 20 here. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. And I don't know if you guys can see it in the frame, but there is a little 10-pound plate on the top pins. I just left it there because Miana had it. I'm not trying to do any fancy loading with it. I'm just too lazy to put it away. And we are aiming for 16 here. I'm gonna die. One day, hopefully not in this set. Fuck. Man, the lightheadedness is very real right now, but we are going to do our best to count all the way to 12. I think that's 12, but I think I miscounted, so one more. Either way, that's probably enough there to do the job. Seeing stars right now. And all I'm telling myself is I've only got to do 8 reps here, so I think I stick around for another 8. Was trying to wait until I felt less fucked up, but it ain't getting any better, so I guess we're just gonna have to dig in. Counting to 8 is gonna be harder than the set. Last count, that might have been more than 8. Oh. After that first rep, I realized I didn't have the safety yet, and I was like, fuck, we better not actually die during this because that probably would hurt. The absolute worst part of pushing leg press is that you feel horrendous after pushing leg press, and then you have to unload all the freaking plates. When all you gotta do is just lay down and take a nap. But we don't got time for a nap because we gotta go and run some deficit Bulgarians until it feels like my legs and ass are gonna explode. And like, I don't know if I'm even going deep enough to use the deficit. I just like this thing because the handles are really accessible, and the little bit of heel lift makes it nice for getting the tiniest bit of knee travel a little bit easier. I am freaking dying right now. So, moral of the story, if you want to have fun, Bulgarians, no rest, back and forth until you gas out before you get 5 reps on one side. And gonna run the row a couple of different ways just to get some more demo footage of Team Accessory library. But I'm gonna start out here similar to that rear delt row, going for more of a upper backy rear delty, trying to spread the handles apart sort of intent. And I'm just gonna do reps until it gets hard before I switch intent a little bit. But this is kind of a fun protocol for global upper back work, is just gonna go until the rears burn out, which is taking longer than I expected with my current state of feeling like I'm gonna die. There, we're getting there. But now I'm gonna switch to more of an elbow tuck, trying to like straight arm pull down into myself. And the tuck pull down versus the spread, you're gonna catch way freaking more lat here. And because the rear delt's already tuckered, lats are gonna get absolutely murdered. Woo! And what I'm doing with this footage for the team is going back in the office and running a voiceover where I'm going to talk about like why you might want to row like this, why you might want to row with more tuck, more lat. And I guess basically I'll be doing more of this style of row if we're struggling with spread on bench press, or if we're trying to get a little bit more rear delt going for our squat shelf. And I'll be going more of the tucky, latty, archy row if we're struggling with maintaining ribcage position on bench or getting chest through on a deadlift. And holy shit, I'm getting tuckered out sooner than I wanted to on that set. Wow. But yeah, if you need help with your training, hit the link below, sign up for the team, because I am working my ass off to make it the best powerlifting education and coaching resource on the planet. And the next thing I want to do for that is differentiate between running a back extension for pure global extension versus running it more for just hip extension. Now, running it for pure extension, what are we trying to do for this guy is, if we are someone that does have a little bit of rounding in the bottom of the deadlift, we want to get better at being able to pull through that rounding. So when I'm doing back extensions, most of the time, I'm doing them going for a full extension, getting erectors working together with glutes. But if we have someone that is really overextending the bottom of the deadlift, what I want them to do is think about flexing their abs, almost pulling their ribcage down like they're doing a sit-up, then trying to hold that ab tension. And on the bottom, we're gonna make sure that ab tension is still there. We're just gonna flex the glutes, try to drive our hips to the pad, and we're gonna make sure we're trying to be that little bit rounded still at the top. And we're thinking about trying to lead the motion by pushing the center of our low back roundness up towards the roof. And with this, we're not going to be coming all the way up to the top, but we're getting better pure hip extension and way more direct glute work. And like doing them like this with a couple reps, like my butt cheeks are already freaking on fire. Oh, yeah, they're burning. That's not a joke. And the reason I want to run them like this, if we do have someone that is really arching the crap out of the bottom of the deadlift, they're usually arching the crap out of the bottom of the deadlift to try to get the erectors to work in the absence of their ability to actually create hip extension with the glute. So if we can kind of get them to do this better, get the glutes working better on their own, they should be able to have a little bit more efficient deadlift start position and get more glute going to carry them through all the way to the top. And they are so freaking hard if you do them right. Gonna run this set more erectory, but like thinking about someone that is arching out of the bottom of their deadlift and like getting the erectors to work really hard in the absence of glutes, like that is a technique thing, but it's an example of a technique thing where strength is in the way of getting them to display a better technique because they're arching at the bottom because the glutes aren't there to allow them to have that more neutral start position. So if we get them to build more glute strength, they're then going to be able to express better technique and have a more efficient deadlift once we get the glutes up to snuff to actually get them contributing as much as they should be out of the bottom. So when I'm saying strength is more important than technique, I'm not saying that technique doesn't matter. I'm saying that most technical issues in powerlifting are a strength issue that has prevented the person from being able to express the technique. We improve the strength, they can have better technique, and then they can lift more weight because they're both stronger and more technically proficient. And I'm thinking to finish up here, I'm gonna try and see if I can make band loading work on this thing without having to get too extravagant of a setup going. So we're just gonna try to do a dislocation underneath, hook her under. Oh, that is so much grosser than I was expecting. Perfect. And one of the bigger mistakes I made on the last cut is during that last cut, because I wasn't squatting very heavy, I was like, hey, I don't have to push the ab work super hard. I can just chill out. And then because I hadn't pushed the ab work super hard, it took so much freaking catching up to get my brace back when it was time to go heavy again. So I'm making sure ab work is staying cranked. On that note, the reason I'm running band loading now is when I'm a fat guy, my bottom end feels so secure on squats, but as I lose, I just broke the fucking band. Oh no. Guess we're stepping up band tension. But what I was saying is, when I was a fat guy, bottom end of my squat felt super secure because of my belly, and as I lose that girth, bottom end feels less and less secure. So loading the bottom end of a sit-up, I think, has better carryover to being strong in that flexed hip bottom end position of a squat. So that is why we're running the band. So it gets heavier as I pull the top, as opposed to straight weight. That gets easier leverage-wise as you pull. Yeah, and that band, hefty. So don't get me wrong, because like I am a powerlifter, I do enjoy getting under heavy weights, but like thinking about it, this is my most absolute favorite way to train, because like digging into those rep sets like press and hack squat where I legitimately feel like I might actually die. Well, maybe not die, but I feel like I might not be able to finish the sets. And then finding a way to finish those sets when everything is screaming at me to stop, like that is freaking fun. And I think the reason that like it's different than just like going up to like a RPE 10 when it's RPE 10 because of weight, not because of the work that I did before. I think the difference is that like the RPE 10 because of weight, it's like a different sort of struggle through to like grind through a really heavy hack squat versus grinding through reps when I've already done so many reps. Everything's freaking burning. Everything's freaking pumped. It just like, it hurts differently. And I think like that different kind of hurt makes it more enjoyable. And like, again, I know that with the trend that everyone's kind of shifting in their accessory work, like they are biasing more towards the fewer sets, higher intensity. But I still do think that doing shit like this has tremendous value on both the like conditioning, getting in shape, base building, so that you can do better and sustain more when you are pushing higher intensities, as well as it's just freaking fun to dig in. And I think like the hardness of doing multiple sets, like when you know you only have one top set, like it's easy to crank in on one top set, but when you know you gotta get back under the hack squat in minute 30 seconds and like your legs are exploding, and it's just a different kind of hard, and like that makes it so freaking fun. So I don't know, I think that's what I got for today, guys. Enjoyable session, stoked on it. Not looking forward to the drive home. I'll put an Instagram reel up showing what the highway back out of the city looks like. So that's going to be a different kind of fun, but we'll be all good. Such is living in the frozen hellscape that is Calgary, Alberta. And just another reminder, if you didn't notice, new shirts dropping on Monday. Miana's been standing here to show hers off. We got 2 colors, got the black, got the bone. And yeah, so peace out. Have a good rest of your day. And if you need help with your training, hit link below, join the team. We will get you sorted.